With the 8th pick in the 2014 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Nik Stauskas from Mississauga, Canada, and the University of Michigan.
I'll tell you, Nik Stauskas, I think, is the best shooter in this draft, but he is far more than a shooter. He's got a complete offensive game, and he's got a swagger to him. But he can really shoot it. He sets his feet. He's got really deep range, but he's not just a catch and shoot guy. I think, myself included, thought, hey, what's he going to do without Trey Burke? Well, here's what he's going to do. He can get his own shot. He can put the ball on the deck. He can drive it, and he can dunk on people. He can also pass. 3.5 assists a game. He's got a total offensive game.
He improved his ball handling. He got stronger, able to finish at the hoop, a knockdown three-point shooter, and he's fearless. He's one of those guys that goes on the court and thinks, I'm the best player out there.
And a touch of Manu, too. Young Manu. Remember when Manu came in on the Spurs, just came in with an attitude, a little bit fearless, always an irrational confidence guy offensively.
Just inside the arc, can't get a shot off. Now off to Stauskas. His handle's so much more of a factor than it was a year ago, and that was always a factor as he knocks down the...
Looks like a little magic in his days coming down to Kelso with those no-look passes.
Stauskas got it.
Got an open look. He's automatic if he gets an open look. Got to communicate. A lot of kids do not communicate. There's an art to that, man. You got to help one another out.
Stauskas knocks down another one.
He'll help you. He'll help you Big Ten. And it doesn't show, but that really is misleading in a way because they are playing better defense. Oh, man, he can stick it. Yeah. He can flat out stick it.
Great coach. Took team to Final Four. He never felt that you could recruit nationally or that you could recruit the biggest of times players. Thad Matta had a totally different take. Stauskas with a three. That flyer out of Chicago, defending LeVert. Stauskas turns and tosses.
Rotation. But today, this will be the 5th consecutive game that Michigan State has had its starters together. And you can see they're finally coming together.
Stauskas again. Stauskas, 3 defenders around him. Another rebound.
10 to Michigan.
Young might be playing for the second half here. We'll see how this plays out if Michigan goes up big.
Stauskas, the pull-up. So smooth.
Sure is. And once again, that pull-up shot, he's very, very good at.
Has insight into Beilein's approach and philosophy. Stauskas, you can't stop that.
No, I was going to say insight is one thing, but how do you stop that exactly? The way he comes off that screen. Well, he gets good elevation, squared to the bucket.
Wheel, but got physically stronger, ready to take on more, and all aspects of his game have really improved from year 1 to year 2, and obviously the numbers bear that out. And just his approach, he admitted that there was a tentativeness to his game during parts of his freshman year.
Well, he's going to be tested this afternoon and this evening as he shoots that one off the little jump screen right there.
Over to Robinson on the wing. And Stauskas going to deal with this matchup with Aaron Harrison. The switch off gives him the chance to bury the three. Stauskas, pull-up jumper, soft touch.
After these guys get some minutes and some experience.
Here's the matchup, Stauskas and Harris.
Harris really up for the challenge, got a little help right there. Tough shot.
And Morgan's called for the foul.
This second half with Stauskas there inside and setting that screen and coming back to the top, and Aaron Kraft fighting with him right throughout. Stauskas deep, contested, three, and it's a one-point game.
Michigan, it's just 1 of 5 in the second half. Stauskas off the rim.
The stage has gotten bigger now, so it'll be interesting to see which one of those win that individual matchup.
Stauskas, Big Ten Player of the Year, knocks down the triple to open things up for Michigan.
Now keep in mind, he's being defended by Holland, who's made the all-defensive team by Texas.
In the paint, shot short, and Morgan snags it.
Really good job on that post defense by Morgan there, and also a lot of digging.
Stauskas has the three ball. And Johnson come off the bench. Kentucky back with its starting lineup. Stauskas, tough shot. He had Walton open in the corner, and he took.
And the rebound down to Stauskas.
Guys off that bench are going to have to contribute. Guys like Ghana, Bird.
Stauskas doing a lot more ball handling and a lot more dishing this year. Not just a shooter and a scorer anymore.
What a terrific.
And Walton gets instruction from D-line. Trying to get Stauskas involved here.
Nice cut.
The roll to the rim. Morgan is fouled.
Morgan's at time Ohio State didn't give him the same pressure, so it was a very easy entree. Stauskas on the wing to the basket. Horford able to score.
You need the great ball movement, but then we need penetration, because you're not just going to move it around the perimeter now that Michigan State seems to have that intensity level and that connection defensively.
2 on. Man, there's no telling where this team can go the next 3 weeks.
Number 1 seed Michigan. Number 3 seed Michigan State. Morgan foul.
Well, it's been well documented. Stauskas is stronger than he was his freshman year, and that's really worked to his advantage. Morgan, they give him the jump shot, and he gets the bounce.
But that was a rhythm shot for him.
8 points now for Cochran. Over 1,370 in his career at Wofford. Morgan. No Mitch McGarry for Michigan. He's on the Wolverines bench after the back surgery. Stauskas forced to give it up. Robinson fires. No good for
2 from a defensive standpoint, both avoiding the fouls. This is some matchup up front. We're going to try to get him some screens.
There's the screen. The roll. Extra feed. Robinson. 22-12. Michigan. Zach Irvin, the freshman for the Wolverines, is in there.
There's that high screen, and you look to the middle of the floor, you're going to get a layup.
Irvin launches. Rims out. Going against Taylor. John Beilein praised his young backcourt. Said they've really responded this season. Young bodies, mature minds. Morgan on a rack attack for Michigan.
Boy, that pick and roll action is very well done, too. They are just really executing, and Stauskas with a beautiful delivery.
The pressure from Texas in the backcourt. Under 5 minutes to play. Stauskas whips it to the baseline. Robinson the extra feed. Kick out. Stauskas, 1 dribble. Albrecht the jumper. Rimming, no good.
As he was unable to get hold of it. Back to Horford. Doubled up. Some thought he slid his foot. No call. LeVert rattles home the jumper.
Dumping it down for
Michigan.
10.5, 16 for the game. Stauskas feeds Morgan, who got pinned under.
5 of the 9 threes they've attempted. Michigan's only made 6. The fact they've only made 1 more is a huge win for Kentucky.
Down low, Morgan. Stauskas rifled it in there.
And he is more engaged. It's not just about his ability to score, folks. He leads them in assists as well. He's active, and he's going to have to be here down the stretch.
Patience on the sideline with the clock at 15. And Walton in a bit of trouble. Stauskas curling. The pass was late to Horford. Lenzel Smith touched it last. And 7 on the clock.
Stauskas, as Dakari Johnson's a long way from the basket. Stauskas lost control of it, and a turnover on the Wolverines.
And you know, he saw Horford underneath, and he actually tried to make the same pass that we saw Andrew Harrison make with the left hand. See, he just couldn't pull the trigger on it.
LeVert hobbled.
That's up. Off of the shot. He received a screen after giving a screen, and he just fell out of his shot too easy. He shot that with zero confidence. Stauskas long. That Thompson goaltend. They'll score it, and the lead is 3.
Like Young said, NCAA tournament teams in 2010, he knew they had a good team. Stauskas wanted a foul call, didn't get it. 43-33, Michigan. Stauskas to the hoop, and it's going the other way. Robinson has 14 points and 7 rebounds in the win over Wofford. Stauskas to the hoop, the scoop, doesn't go, it comes off the rim.
He got 12 shots against Arizona State, was very effective when he had the basketball.
Stauskas fakes out Holland, gets to the rim, the scoop doesn't go.
And those are those lost opportunities, Jim, right there. That basket goes if you're Tennessee.
Stauskas finally on the board in this half.
Can be a problem in the open floor, and Lee doing what most good bigs should do. Get that head under the rim when the shot goes up.
Stauskas will be shooting a couple. He was trying to find Robinson on the baseline, but that was well defended. We move inside of 6 minutes, first half. Stauskas. Basket counts, and heading to the line.
And I really just tip my hat to the young man Lee, who hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but he obviously hasn't been sulking. He's been waiting for this opportunity and taking advantage of it. In there, and Reed in that pick and roll by Andrew Harrison. He saw the defense wasn't going to be able to get there and trusted the big fella to get the finish.
Stauskas takes a tumble. And he'll be shooting a pair.
Stauskas turning the corner. Too strong.
He did everything right but convert. He had the good angle.
Stauskas, the Big Ten Player of the Year, driving, and the shot blocked out of bounds with 18 on the shot clock.
The lead back to 5.
See, when you get you guys off the bench contributing like that, what a positive. This gets the bench to stand up.
Stauskas the kick. Albrecht the 3.
Maybe a foul.
And trying to stop a 6-0 Ohio State run. Kraft guarding Stauskas. Can't get rid of him. Walton out of the corner.
Derek Walton Jr., a freshman from Detroit. Young backcourt. with Walton and Levert. Stauskas on the dish. Kick out to Robinson, who's off the mark.
And even though they didn't score, that's a good look at how Michigan likes to run their sets.
Lead feed, Folik's open look. Free ball doesn't go. Weak side rebound to Stauskas.
No breaks for us either. They're going.
Jimmy, are you breathing heavy?
Not yet.
Stauskas on the kick. Levert fires. Got it. A three.
Here's the patience. Now this is important for Texas. Michigan will work this clock down as far as they can to get a good shot. Texas can't quit in the last 10 seconds.
Albrecht open look. Bottom. A three.
Stauskas with a good release pass just then.
As Tennessee stays connected in this game.
Stauskas. Oh, passes it to himself off the backboard. How about that? Got stuck.
You hit it right on the head. He got caught. He wanted to make the pass to Morgan, but Tennessee recovers, and that was really all he had left. Just a real heads-up play, and then also the presence to get it out to Walton on the perimeter for that three. Caught Tennessee completely off guard. Opportunity to go one-on-one.
Robinson. Three-pointer this time.
Mismatch, and tries to exploit it in terms of having Walton guarding James Young. He's got about a 6-inch size advantage at that position.
Here's Stauskas. And on the drive, I don't just dunk.
That was a beautiful play there by the freshman.
Robinson steps up.
From his ability to score, but he's also a terrific passer, averaging over 3 assists on the season. One of the reasons Michigan has been so good all season. It's not just Nik Stauskas.
Going to the break, Andrew Harrison picked up his second foul. Here's Levert, and that's a three, and he's got it.
He mentioned before the game he was worried about how worn down they were, and they played almost the entire first half, but he said, I just don't have anyone else to put in there, so they'll be out there pretty much a second.
All right, Shannon, thank you.
At 13, Albrecht gives it up for Stauskas.
They're a great step-and-go team. Keep active, dribble exchange, and hide. Good switch.
Stauskas feed it inside. Morgan's got the advantage. 11 Indiana turnovers. Stauskas gets a touch.
You haven't called his name much.
Haven't called him in the second half. We hit the 14-minute mark. Stauskas.
Nice pass.
The slip to the rim. Robinson lays it in.
Conley getting a blow.
Levert on a kick. Irvin lines it up.
Only loss in that stretch was an overtime loss here to Penn State. Away from the ball, a little elbow called on the inside. Kraft just puts his head in. You want to see something interesting? Watch off the ball right now. Watch Kraft.
Readjusted and end up getting that loose ball.
Entry. Robinson the fake. Draws the foul against Skinner.
Iowa, they were very sluggish. Here, at least coming down the floor, they're pretty crisp. 85-67, that was the number. In Iowa City on Saturday, and Iowa hit a bunch of threes. More.
Here's Levert on the perimeter.
A little better job defensively, but that's that jumper they're going to get right off that screen.
Levert almost turns it over. Stauskas swings it. Robinson with 10 to shoot. Stauskas on the dish. Morgan rejected, but a foul.
Right, he's on the right side. Watch how far out he has to come to look for a shooter to make sure they don't go over the top.
46-32, Michigan. Entry, Stauskas, extra feed, and a jam. It's Morgan. Heads up play by Stauskas.
They shot 83% coming in and had made 72 free throw attempts. Not nearly as much of an effect here in that first half. Again, that's another area where you can start to have an effect on Michigan's offense if you can get to the free throw line.
Stauskas. No look pass. and it's a beauty for Morgan.
Again, the decision-making, the chemistry that this group has right there. Beautiful curl there by Stauskas, and then the no-look and finish by Morgan.
Stauskas again with the dish. Morgan able to get it. Left hand off the glass for two.
Robinson couldn't catch it cleanly. Stauskas fakes on the three.
And Schilling gets that missed by Trice. And under 4 to play in the first half. Stauskas looking for Horford.
Open. Robinson, a must. And he delivers it too.
Lob. It's a nice screen to set it up.
Upstairs.
The lob and slam. Special delivery from Stauskas as he gets it to Robinson for the jam.
Boy, if that isn't lulling you to sleep on the perimeter just then and going for the big knockout in the first half.
In the third, they all shoot it well. They can all put it on the floor, and they all make plays for one another. And so then you factor in the way Walton Jr. has come on second half of the season in particular. So they create a lot of problems offensively.
Irvin, no. Albrecht runs it down. Stauskas got it.
Thank you, Albrecht. Albrecht loves it. Figure it out later, and generally good things will happen for you. Stauskas trying to go inside here and take Kraft down low where he can use some size. Now he pops out. Great offense. Used a lot of screening action and bangs down a triple. That was
Michigan in the NCAA tournament for the 4th straight year, 25th overall appearance. LeVert swings it. Stauskas, not a lot of space, doesn't matter. It's a three.
Boy, you're not kidding. No space at all.
Walton gives it up. Stauskas, open look, shooting practice.
Yep, the floor because Robinson is flashing.
Stauskas, ball fake. That's a three. Book it.
That was a good call there by Michigan to make sure the shooter gets a look. Great ball fake, too.
To the spot of the Elite Eight. And to take on the winner of Kentucky, Louisville. Winner. Coming up next, here's Stauskas.
Yes!
Now, and LeVert, as they work the perimeter, looking down low. Horford was calling for it. Stauskas, though, will take it. And he is pure on both of his long-range shots.
He wanted to foul. They got numbers here. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. You knew that was coming, man.
He thought Gordon was going to roll to the rim, and that was the right play.
It sure was.
Stauskas open look. In and out. And here comes Michigan the other way.
Big numbers if they get it.
Stauskas steps into the three. Bottom.
All he looks for is just a fraction of time to get his shot off.
Tapped out to Michigan. Walton to the wing, to the corner, to Stauskas for three more.
There's an example of it right there.
make or miss. You're going to get a good shot against Michigan by just continuing the flow. Don't stop and set up. Look at Stauskas open floor. He'll earn some free throws as he fouls Aaron Kraft. Three is off by Smith. Chance for the Wolverines to take the lead. Stauskas lost Kraft. Go into the basket. He'll come to the line to try to give Michigan the lead on the other side of this break.
Well timed. Taylor to the rim. High arcing delivery. Ridley keeps it alive. Tracked down by LeVert. Lead feed. Stauskas to the hoop. Layup no, but a foul.
That three, you just saw one of three different Wolverines to hit one from the outside. And there's Levert with the quick hands and taken off. But quick hands right back. It's Stauskas with the dunk. Tucky. Ball tapped around, back to Dakari Johnson, and into the hands of Stauskas. Looking for a lane, finds it, puts it up for two.
My goodness.
And
to attack that rim.
Al Randall is trying to continue the hot streak. Here's Stauskas, spins free, and followed up. Randall going to his right, the lefty doesn't get that one to drop. Stauskas coming inside. Morgan, and one.
Boy, I love the spirit of this venue. This venue is special.
It is one of the best in the country. Stauskas the pull-up, and he's knocked
down on the post. And I think Tom Izzo would love to see him get some baskets down on the block a little bit. You can challenge Michigan on the interior.
Stauskas. And he's picking up right where he left off against Michigan State. Made a total of 8 threes, I think, in the 2 meetings during the regular season.
More turnovers than John Beilein would be content with.
Yeah, especially in that first half.
Stauskas, the shake.
Get some concessions. I'll be back.
Here's Walton using the screen from Morgan. Now it's Stauskas. Holland drawing the assignment. All Big 12 defensively. Holland likes the challenge, and a foul is the game.
Now, he was a decorated recruit out of California. As I mentioned, 7 to shoot here for Michigan. Now with 3, Stauskas over Hawkins and to the line.
Former Dartmouth graduate.
Yep, should do an outstanding job. Irvin the handoff to Stauskas. Now Bird's on him.
They switch off that handoff.
Stauskas pulling his way in, misses the short jumper.
One inside.
Levert. Stauskas with 10 to shoot.
Somebody's got to give him a screen.
Oh, that's a bomb.
Michigan State has outscored Michigan 21-5 over the last 6 minutes. We're under 9 to play in the first half. Walton. Stauskas, and this time Valentine is on him. The triple. And a foul.
Point. They shot 31% in the first half. That is the worst field goal percentage they've had since they played Charlotte back in November in a game they lost.
In favor of Texas. 11-point lead for Michigan.
Shot clock winding down.
Stauskas, deep one, short. Himself on the inside defensively for Michigan today. Wolverines looking to extend the lead. Stauskas, the jumper. Too strong.
The reason why they get hurt controlling their defensive backboard as well. Their bigs are always in a position to help and not to put bodies on bodies where they can get to the backboard.
Stauskas wanted a call on the floor.
Defended by Farrell.
He's got that great pull-up game, too. See, now this is a nice play. Didn't finish him in good.
To get something going here, they haven't been able to sustain anything on the offensive end.
Now, this is where I think he's got so much better to use. Here in Indiana now.
53-49, Hoosiers lead it. Stauskas against Williams. Makes his move to the rim. Scoop shot, no.
Oh, he almost added to the highlight reel again. I thought that ball was out the building. Stauskas, nice take, great.
Stauskas gets around Cochran, and he draws a foul on himself. Yes. Offensive.
Well, here's the drive and the step through. And it's going the other way. Wofford in the paint. They've been looking for block shots, and they're not there. They have to continue to go after it.
And Stauskas is fouled on the outside by Allen. That's the Marines.
Got to go by somebody with that ball.
Robinson on a kick for Stauskas. Gets around Lammert to the hoop. Wow, he went for the big finish, but misses the jam.
And that ties it. And somehow Stauskas was floating free on the baseline.
Contest at the rim. And Poitras guarding Stauskas. Keep an eye on that matchup as well once they get into their offensive set.
Derek Walton Jr. brings it up for the Wolverines. The freshman to the Big Ten Player of the Year. Stauskas driving in, spins, puts it up, back to the rim, no.
Mike Tirico. I thought Magic would be in the house. I wanted to see him. Talk about his Dodgers.
Stauskas hot early, quiet since. Turnover, and Michigan State has it.
It should have been a three.
Yogi's just face guarding over there, not helping at all. And they get the charge.
Stauskas
not happy.
Approaching 5 minutes gone here in the first half. Stauskas. He is the Big Ten Player of the Year. Throws it away.
That is the case for Michigan.
Morgan is back in the contest. LeVert's on top. Michigan has missed their last 5 shots from the floor. 12 to play in the first half. Pickpocketing Harris. Payne, wonderful numbers again with 11 points and 5 rebounds for the Spartans. Robinson trying to free himself. Stauskas stuck on 13. Payne with another rebound.
Comes down to the ability of your players to make good reads, and
Morgan steals it. On the floor to LeVert. Stauskas passes up the 3 and has it stolen. It was all-state in basketball, and we've seen a couple of spikes at the net in his first minute of action. And that call is a travel against Stauskas.
Look there, I think the presence of Stauskas really gives him an opportunity to get open.
For LeVert, his second 3 of the game already. Michigan is 5 for 8 from three-point range. 15 of their 22 points have come on 3.
They haven't gotten anything on the interior. The screen and roll has been taken away from them.
Whoa, and there's a rarity tonight.
Staying active with their help defense.
You get back outside, Reese. And from the wing, it's good.
Mom and Dad, I got a picture with them before the game. Proud Mom and Dad.
5 already for Stauskas. Valentine with a reverse that rolls off the rim.
Up front with Eve and Lammert, the sophomore. Nancy to the hoop, leaves it for Lammert, who lays it in.
That's Robinson with the first step to the basket. And Tennessee's down 12. Richardson hits the floor, hits the shot.
It's an important possession right now for Tennessee, just to kind of stem the tide, just to try to get back into allowing Michigan to field them in the half court.
Richardson puts it up for 2 more. We saw it December the 14th against Arizona.
And you know, John Beilein talked about it when we were there for that game. You know, he felt like he would grow and mature into this. A nice finish there by Richardson.
to Poitras with 5. Poitras, uncontested, drives right past the Wolverine defenders.
Stauskas did not do a good job there on that closeout. Allow Poitras to get the angle and get to the rim.
Electricity coming through. It may be -5 outside now. Say 100 in here.
Schilling comes up with a block and a nice look ahead to Harris. Challenging LeVert. He'll lay it in.
He's a big time. Robinson over Ross. Trying to return the favor. A little bit long on that one. Like you can see right now. Lob. Thompson. Rebound chase down Thompson. Ross to the basket.
Air ball. Rebounded by Garcia. Up the floor in a hurry. Cochran the pull-up. Count it.
Appler. Valentine. 10 to shoot.
Always looking for a teammate for a better shot. Oh.
And it was in industrial and operations engineering. I'm impressed by both.
He didn't spend 3-pointers, so they're getting nothing inside. Michigan State controlling the paint.
On D-line squad, they don't take a possession off. If they get a breakout, they'll take it. But they wear you down at the offensive end of the floor.
Spencer Collins. Ball deflected. LeVert the length. Walker can't answer. Walton couldn't grab it. Walker does.
Yeah, Lambert a factor just then.
From the corner, LeVert. Short. Rainbow delivery, and it bounces back to him. Stauskas. Short. Lambert the board.
Won't get many better looks than that on a broken play.
Taylor forcing his way in. Blocked by Stauskas.
Able to come up with that steal because he was in position defensively.
Richardson to Barton, who hit the first shot. Coming off an all-time Michigan tournament record, 14 makes against the Longhorns. That's Richardson, wildly put it up. And Morgan able to get the flat-footed rebound.
Thus far, and really been such a difference maker and giving them a presence on the interior.
That's after averaging 6 and 5 during the regular season. 13 and 9 in a huge draw charge. Lead going has been Michigan with the fresh start, 6-2.
Michigan's not a team that gets over aggressive defensively. They really just try to make you play over them and not give you opportunities to attack. So he doesn't force it and then finds LeVert on the perimeter for that jump shot.
Not much coming from him early.
No, but this is what makes Michigan so difficult to play against. I mean, if you're Kentucky, you shoot 50% from the field. You made one of your 2 3-pointers, and yet you're down 8 points because Michigan and their spacing.
Where would Kentucky be tonight without him?
He has been unbelievable.
Driving in. Somehow Poitras got it.
Back in there. He's a guy who is he can defend, he can rebound. He's a very unique talent, great athlete. Valentine hangs, left it short. The step shoot.
Trying to get a screen for him. He can shoot the ball.
It's Gowna. Valentine. Appling. All the way.
Looking for the screen. There's a switch.
There's Ellis with the drive. Gets free and banks it home.
A quiet confidence for Glenn Robinson III. 37-33. Williams, the lefty with the right hand. Runner doesn't go.
Stauskas made a great pass. Scott comes away with it. Ohio State's hit its last 6 field goals. Make it 7. Ross at the basket to lay that in. Now they got to go through all this offense. He just needed to lay it in with his right hand going left, and they wouldn't have had to do all this. Ross hit by Stauskas, and he's called for the foul. Out here. The 2-3 zone. Middle's wide open. On dribble penetration, Ross gets there.
Actually well played shots defensively that still, because of Michigan's ability, they're able to convert.
Floater inside by Harris, picked up by Costello. A lot of traffic outside Epling.
Out front against Irvin.
Let's see if they take advantage of Ridley now. He had that big break.
Taylor with a head of steam over Stauskas. Count it. Michigan up by 12. Walker on a cross-court feed. Again inside for Ridley. They crowd him. Shot clock is down to 15. Walker the zigzag. Inside for the Holmes Delta.
In terms of offense, they shoot it, they drive it, and they pass it.
Driving in, and the foul on Michigan. And now they're down 13 in this one.
But Iowa not the three-point shooting team that this Michigan team is, and a nice finish there by Rich.
43-39. Indiana. Farrell. The penetration. And he's going to the free throw line.
In this season series against Michigan. And it's really a huge factor because of his versatility defensively.
Grinding and fighting too.
It's just a little too strong.
The 19th shot he's taken all season. Valentine. Harris, a 4th offensive rebound.
Well, that's going to be an issue all day because Michigan State is the stronger team. They have matchup advantages, especially down there with Dawson on the block.
Then getting his head under the rim.
Epling weaving. Trident, what a play!
9 to shoot.
Somebody's got to help him.
Shot clock is down to 5. Nice cut. And the lay-in goes for Cochran.
His way, Ian. Notice that 3 guys went at him.
Oh, what a play by Taylor, but he can't finish it. Off the shake and bake. Robinson III's dad, former Milwaukee Buck, put up a lot of big scoring nights in this building.
We'd like to play in this pace.
Felice, short pop, rimming in for Javon Felice.
The coach is a teacher, and he chooses to be positive, and that was an example. Clock at 10. Smith contested 3 is short. If you stop practice right now and say, Glenn Robinson, jump off 2 feet and dunk it, or stop the game, he can do it. That's why he's got to jump. Wenzel Smith Jr. makes them pay with a 3. There's no screens.
Valentine open for a moment. Launches. Hits.
Comes off the second shot order on a steal by Burke.
Right.
At the end of the game.
Taking it away from Appling.
Appling said he had a sour taste in his mouth.
Ellis knocks it.
Ohio State doing some kind of job protecting the rim. Smith is open for 3.
Kaminsky's a great 3-point shooter. And Epling on the wing. Valentine, the triple.
It's an 8-0 Wolverines run.
When they go to the hole, they have to finish.
Collins for 2, count it.
Perfect screens for one another.
And Michigan has its largest lead of the half. Pull-up jump Collins, count it.
And now the Wolverines lead is 15. It's Richardson. All net.
Yes, he has. Well, Harris is right, and so he's not letting Stauskas touch the ball.
He's in full denial mode right now as Bird is called for the foul.
He's saying play denial defense. I'm not letting him touch the rock.
And John Beilein, who just called a timeout, is as angry as I have ever seen him.
Don't want to tee here. Don't want to tee this time of the game. You know,